So let's talk a little bit about freelancing / starting your own business. This is the starting point piece. And again, this could be its own presentation. So I am happy to chat later one-on-one if you would like to start your own business. I started mine in 2018 and I learned so much, the good and the bad. So I'm going to teach you all the not to do stuff. So before you start, first of all, services and products, start laying out what you actually want to do. I had the mentality when I started that like people want more options. They want every option. So I think I had around like 43 different services when I started. It was outrageous. No one wants 43 services. It was too many. Now I have three. I have three services and I have more business than ever. That's just simply because people don't want that many options. They just want like a couple. So just know from the get-go, you don't need to please the entire world. Just have a couple things. Pick a name for your business. Start thinking about branding, like simple things like developing a color palette, stuff like that, because you will need it. I know you're going to say, I'll put off the color palette. You're going to need it faster than you think with making your website and all that. So just keep that in mind. Making a logo, you can hire out and have people create that, or you can just make a quick one on Canva. That's what I did, and it worked out well. Start thinking of your ideal clients. When I started, I said, I'm going to serve high school seniors up until senior level executives. But if you think about it, does a senior level executive want to work with someone that helps high school students? Probably not. Probably not the best fit. So I narrowed it down more and more, and now I serve mid-level professionals that want to make a transition in their career. So don't be afraid to get niche. That's actually what's going to help you. It makes it easier to get referrals. You're not boiling an ocean of like, I can help everyone in the world. I can help everyone in Virginia. Really like niche in your client so that you know what you want. It's much, much easier that way. And then write it all out. You will need a reference point. You can make a little master guide of your business, but you really need to do all of these before you get officially started because you will need all of them. Next steps, start talking to other business owners or people from similar companies, conduct those informational interviews. Usually business owners are happy to chat with other people because they're like, listen, I know how rough it can be. Like, I know the good and the bad, let's chat. So I'm even in like a career counselor group that we all did the same training, and we just share business tips all the time. So it doesn't even matter if you're doing like, technically they're competitors. People love to share the good and the bad and different tips and tricks. So that's a really good place to start. Just talk to other people, learn from their mistakes, always helpful. Research your competition though. See, if you want to do business coaching in Northern Virginia, there are a lot of them. Go see who's out there. See who is your competition. What are they offering? What's on their website? What do you like about what they're offering? What do you dislike? This can give you ideas for what you want to do, plus how you're going to stand out and be different. Like, how are you going to be that extra good business coach that beats all the others? So you need to see what your competition looks like to be realistic. Oh, and you could buy an existing franchise or buy a franchise. Absolutely. There are multiple ways to start your own business. So this is like from the square first point, starting on your own, but there are tons of other ways, like Ron said. So research competition, LLC registration. I put this off and I wish I didn't, but it is super easy. You would be shocked. You just go to the SBA.gov website for Virginia, you register, and then you go and get LegalZoom, and they just like help you file all the forms. So it's much easier than you think, but just know when you go, you need to say your name, like of the company, your address of the company, and your website. So even if your website isn't built out, just at least have a domain that you can contribute, because you will need that information for it. So just know that. Next is build your website. If you are not a little tech genius, that is okay, because there are so many people that will make a website for you. So any of these things, just like branding, logo, stuff like that, if you feel like it's going to take you so many hours and just be exhausting and not even worth it, outsource that. Outsource stuff that you know you are not inherently good at and you want to make it good. There are people that do all of these things. So don't be afraid to spend the money if you know like the time investment is not worth it. Because a lot of times like you need to invest that at the beginning because it pays off like for years and years to come. Building that website, then it's done forever. It's perfect. So I will say if you want to make your own, I just did it on Wix and it was easy peasy. Did not have any trouble with it. WordPress is pretty easy. A lot of them have templates. And Canva, you can just make your own website in Canva. So there's lots of options if you want to do it yourself. And then consider hours and balance, especially if you already have a full-time job or you're trying to balance doing both at the same time. When you start your own business, it is easy to get burnt out because you are working like hours. So when I was trying to do my full-time job in this, I have never been more burnt out in my life. I truly was working like 7 a.m. to 11 p.m. every day, like weekends. It was out of control. So it is important to know, like, what hours do I want to work? Am I doing 9 to 5? Am I working like X hours, just depending on if you're full-time or part-time? And just really make sure you kind of get that balance in place at the beginning, because it will make it a lot easier. And then consider the cost and savings that you need. So there are investments like getting your LLC, buying a website domain, buying business cards, things like that. So just make sure you kind of understand the cost and you have the appropriate savings ready, because there are like random costs that you're going to get that you just need to be mentally prepared for. And PayPal, I use PayPal for my payments, but they do take a percentage. So just keep that in mind when you're pricing out too. So that is phase one. That's from the get-go. So now you have a business, you are registered, you know what you're up to, you're ready to hit the ground running. So you need to create a one-pager, something easy to share out with people. Say, hey, I have a business. Here you go. Here is this little one-pager. Start getting the word out, something easy to share. Start knowing who your referrals are. So people are going to say, oh, that's great. Like, I'd love to send people your way. Like, what kind of clients are you looking for? Have that statement down pat. You want to say, I'm looking for XXX. It needs to be specific. Be specific to be terrific. That's what we say in B&I. That's what you want. So don't be afraid to be super specific, because that's going to help you to actually get those referrals. Start networking like crazy. That is how you make it in this area. There are so many people, so many different groups you can join, like I said, and that's how you get contacts, is these referrals from networking, people tagging you in posts, people sending you clients. It is big. So networking truly is crucial when you're starting your own business. Refine, refine, refine. What you started at the beginning is probably not even what your company is going to look like in 6 months. And that is on purpose. You're supposed to run into little roadblocks and be like, that wasn't very good. This isn't going very well. And refine from there. No one's going to hold you to it. So just embrace that you're going to have to edit things and adjust as you go. And then along that line, embrace failure. You are doing it right if you fail a little bit when starting your own business, because you're supposed to encounter these so you know how to pivot and fix it. So if I didn't fail a bunch of times in my business, I would like not be able to be full-time today. So it's very crucial. Just know you're supposed to embrace it, because that's intentional. You're supposed to be fixing it to get to the next level. So failing is a good thing. Use your current social media. You all, especially on Facebook, that is where I get my most business. Embrace your contacts and say, listen, it is time to share my current business. And they will share it. They will send you people. That is a huge way to just get like an immediate boost, especially when you're first sharing your company. So use your current social media. I even do it now. Like if I post on my business page, I still share it from my personal social media. Notice patterns. So notice if you're getting business from one certain place all the time, if you're having certain clients that you just tend to get over and over, that it wasn't originally your niche, but now it could be, because you're getting the same clients over and over. So notice those patterns and note it, because that really could help you to further refine. Get yourself known. So be posting on LinkedIn, make a business LinkedIn page. I started on Thumbtack, which is a website where people can look for certain services and you can pay to have certain ads show up. So I paid like $30 to get like 50 people have me like recommended as a career counselor option. So there's that. Friends and family, Google ads, Facebook ads. Facebook and Instagram ads are shockingly cheap. I will tell you that right now. But that will pay off over and over and over, because that is where more and more people are finding their stuff. So that is really like a good investment as well. And then consider a business coach, even if you plan to be a business coach. I got a business coach. It was the only way. Again, I was able to take it full time. I was able to adjust my pricing so that I could live off it financially. So truly, like once you are serious, things are kind of getting off the ground. You really want to make this big, get a business coach. It truly is like the make or break game changer.